Hi lovelies! Today I'd like to thank Squarespace for supporting the channel and helping me to build my new website. It will include my personal blog, recipes, fashion, rants on life, but with a well-deserved makeover. If you need a domain, website or online store, you can get 10% off your first Squarespace order with the code Out of the Closet. More on that later because right now we've got a busy day ahead of us. Hi lovelies! If you remember back to Vlogmas, I met an absolutely lovely lady called Megan, who is part of Wegan. Seriously, it's like dyslexia hits me with a stick every time I try and Wegan. It's basically Megan and her lovely wife Whitney, and together they are Wegan, and they are a couple that I have been following since way back when. And I got the chance to meet her and I was so excited, and I gave her a makeover and you saw the results of that and it was amazing and I was so pleased. And the video that we were going to put out where I put retro vintage makeup on her and we talked about all different kind of growing up with a disability and being gay and what that was like. Yeah, it got lost. It's lost. We're not lost. Lost would imply that I had somehow put it somewhere and misplaced it. That's not what happened. Oh no, when the computer broke and then the hard drive broke, I just lost all my files. Very, very sweetly, Megan offered me the second part of her footage. So that is what I'm going to be showing you today. Was about being disabled and a lesbian, and the kind of intersectionality of that cross-section. So sad that the original video has gone because it was so good, and Megan looked just absolutely beautiful, so I'm sure you'll agree. And I don't even have the really good photos that we took after we'd been filming, so you can watch the first part of this conversation by clicking on the link above, in the card, or down below, which will be in the description. And that will take you over to Megan's channel, where you can watch that and then come back and watch this. So here is the second part of the conversation. We asked questions on Twitter and said, what would you like us to answer about being gay and disabled? And what did people say?
Let me go find them.
Let's find it.
I didn't, because I hid it. Because I'm nice. I thought once I got to know the person, if I liked them, that I'd probably like warn them before I met up. Which reality is like having to warn them. Like, I don't want them to find out when they've met me. So I'd wait till see if I liked them, and then I'd be like, by the way. And then at that point, when I told Whitney, she was like, I realised I already knew. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think I actually went on a lot of dates with people who I'd met in person, I guess. Some of them I did, but it might be like drunk in a nightclub. And I'd worry that did they realise? Or if I didn't meet a girl,
they've been so drunk, they just assumed they thought it was because they were drunk.
Yeah. How about you, Jessica?
I think in my first wave of dating, before I met my first person I dated, before I met her and went on lots of dates, I think I did. I put it in all of my dating profiles, like out, open, tell everyone. And not that many people responded to me or wanted to go on dates with me. And sometimes if they did, they were weird. A bit too into it.
That's strange.
Okay. Some people really like the idea of dating a deaf person.
Okay.
But they were very much like, there's that infantilization, I think, of disabled people. And then the second wave of dating, I didn't put on my profile. Like, I didn't tell Claudia. Yeah, I think Claudia on our very first date, when we first met, we very much just told each other everything about everything ever, and spilled our souls and got us to leave the pub because they were like, we are closing, get out. Sorry, already been here for 5 hours. So, and then we walked to my house and stood on my front step and talked for another 45 minutes.
Did you not invite her in?
Well, no, I was
like, to it. Or
I was waiting for a kiss.
Sorry.
No, damn it.
Oh, waiting for a kiss.
Kiss on the doorstep.
Yeah.
She walked me home.
And she was like, can I come in?
But it was kind of awkward, like it's our first date.
Yeah.
So we don't want to go.
No.
And we really liked each other, so it was very much like, don't want to go too far. But
me and Whitney didn't. Yeah, we were good.
yeah, so you guys had known each other for quite a while.
Yes.
When you actually first
We had, but I didn't want to on my first date. That's bad.
But it's not like a first date if you've been
really
talking for years.
It's true. It's true.
Does not count. And then our third date, she came to pick me up from work, and it was like the launch of our TV station. It was this big thing, and I got really tired the night before because we'd been working really hard up to the launch, and I fell asleep really heavily on my leg, so I didn't turn over in the night as I should have done, and I paralysed my leg.
Oh, no.
And so I was on crutches, and she turned up, and she was taking me away for the weekend.
Oh.
And I was like, hi. And she didn't say anything.
She didn't notice your crutches?
She didn't even notice. She was like,
Love.
and then I kind of said
So
about an
cute.
hour later, like, you haven't said anything, but I'm on crutches. She's like, yeah, but you told me on our first date that sometimes that happens.
Ah, I see. So she wasn't
Yeah,
just
but
being like,
you could have,
you broke something.
you're not going to make a big deal about it? No? Amazing, let's get married.
Yes. Over the years since I've been out about having handy, I have had people message me saying like they're gay and they're disabled and they didn't think they would find someone, so they love seeing how much like Whitney loves me. It's really cute.
Yeah. I think the problem is just that it's a small dating pool, being gay anyway.
And then feminine.
Yeah, you've got to, so it's like you're a femme lesbian, so you've got all the kind of women that are like women. So you're like, okay, good, here's this pool. But then you're like, okay, the ones that I fancy are like this much. And then the ones that fancy me out of that group is like this much. And then you got to find the ones that you can actually live with. And then you got to find the ones that are okay with your disability, and you're like, there's this much. And then you got to find the ones out of that tiny pile that you're okay with whatever baggage they bring.
Yeah,
and that's like
true.
3 people. Generally, it's just life. So you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just the way I live my life. So it doesn't really bother me. I get mostly frustrated not about any of my physical stuff, because I'm like, pain, meh, I could deal with that. Stuff stops working, meh, I can deal with that. Can't hear, meh, can deal with that. Can't see, meh, can deal with that. But stuff that really bothers me is my fatigue and my memory problems. I had a lung function went wrong and it killed parts of my brain because I was full of spinal fluid. So I have a lot of problems making memories, especially short-term memories.
Aww.
So I can remember in precise detail the clothes that I wore when I was 4. I can remember exactly things from my childhood, but I don't know where my hairbrush is. Like, I'll put something down and then I'm like, damn it. And if I don't make the memory, then there's no way I can ever recover it. So Claudia can say something to me in the morning, like, oh, could you ... And to come back in the evening, like, did you ... And I'm like, did you ask me? So I have lists around the house of where things are and what I need to do.
I was gonna say, how do you remember things then? You do that?
I can only do it like, if it's right there. I'm like, oh, that I'm supposed to do. But then if I don't look at the piece of paper, open my makeup drawer, don't forget to pay the gas bill. Oh. And yeah, I'm really sorry to all of my friends who I don't text back, because if the notification is gone, it's gone.
I just have a bad
remember,
memory for no reason, so you know, I'm like, what's my reason?
You can borrow an excuse.
Yeah, I can borrow. I think for me, I just find it frustrating when most of the time I don't think about it, and then when I can't do something, like I want to open a jar, and if Whitney's not in, like for now, Whitney's not in the house, so I couldn't open something the other day, and I was like, well, that's that then, just can't open it.
Do you not have an occupational therapist?
I got assessed once.
The story of everyone with a lifelong disability. I got assessed once.
And I don't even know what they reckon. I think I have tried a few things in my life. I just don't like them. I just tend to not like whatever they give me. I'm like, no.
But there is quite a good one for opening jars. It sits
Probably
on top of the jar, and then it basically tramps on like a spider, and then sucks the lid, and then twists the lid around.
Cool.
Someone put a link in the comments.
Yeah,
if you know what I'm talking about. But it genuinely is quite good.
It's really bad. I used to have an electric can opener, and that's not even like for anything. But the mum was like, "Here you go, have that." I think my parents brought me up to not be disabled, if that makes sense. So I didn't really ever have many adaptions. The only thing mum made was like, I had like a fork. They put a little bit of a mould on or something, so I could try and scoop with my left hand, like use a knife, because I use.
Yeah. Obviously you have to like cut.
Yeah. So I actually don't use. I gave up on that. I use a fork. So I'm very American. I can live in America fine. because they don't use fork knives. That's the other thing about first dates as well. If you just need to be
People
cut
ask
to eat.
Yeah.
I
People
wouldn't.
ask to cut it if you need them to cut it.
Yeah. I try and order something, I guess, that I wouldn't need that. But I love pizza. Sometimes it comes cut, doesn't it? Sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, so it'd be really awkward. But then if people would offer to cut my food, I'd want to punch them in the face.
What about if they don't offer?
And then I'm like, I can't eat my food. I was always in that awkward situation of like, someone like, oh, you can't carry that. Why can't I carry that?
Like, oh, I think you're fine.
And then I can't. So I'm like, you were right.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, but you know.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that.
Tell me.
Don't tell me. Like, yeah, I'll ask for help.
Yeah, I think that's quite a common thing. Where you're like, don't you dare help me. But also, it's so rude that you're not asking.
I guess a lot of my content's been about being a lesbian and not really about being gay. And then when I announced it, I was like, oh God, what is everyone going to say? And then I found out a lot of people who followed us had a disability, which surprised me. So I was like, oh.
Did you know 1/3 of LGBT people have a disability?
Is there anything out there though? I could be saying that for gays and disabled people.
My channel.
That's what's out there, everyone. This network you've been missing is Jessica's channel.
Yeah.
It's true though, it is good. I mean, oh my God, if I was growing up and found your channel, I'd been like...
Yeah, I started my channel because I'm like, damn it, when I was that girl, when I was a teenager lying in bed all on my own and all of my friends had just kind of gone off to live their lives, I needed that. I needed someone that I could look at and be like, yes, she is gay and she is disabled and she's just living her life. Because so much of the rhetoric and media around being disabled is so sad. Poor little invalid, never gonna have fun. I was like, no, actually, thanks. That's not my life.
This is my new love of my life as well.
Who also is rather into red lipstick. Yeah.
That now looks pink.
Yeah, you decided that you were gonna get your lips done.
You wanted to join the girls. What's it like to have two mummies? Is it the best?
Yes.
That's another thing we haven't talked about, having kids
Oh
one
my
day.
God, yes! Oh, being gay and disabled and having children. Whoa, minefield. I feel like that's its own video.
Yeah, it's like, poof.
Well, we want to be mummies. We want to be mummies quite soon.
Yeah, how soon?
Start trying at the end of this year. Yes. So that's really soon.
That's so exciting. You know what, I think we're not far behind you. Which is exciting as well. Yeah, so we can
be gay disabled mummy bloggers.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, looking after a baby, I imagine, is going to be incredibly hard, but I feel like my body is already a baby. I feel like going to university, I'm like, I'm a person, but also I already have a baby to look after, which is my body.
Okay.
So I have to make sure that it's fed, watered, has enough sleep, takes its pills on time. I don't know that babies take pills. But you get what I'm saying. So you have this extra thing to look after. It's just
true.
It's just something else.
You'll be more mentally prepared for it, maybe, of like reminding you.
We're going to train your babies to open jars.
Yeah. And hopefully they'll just be taller than me, which is just going to be helpful in life, reaching things. Yeah. You know, you've got a good height, so that's good. Wow.
I say first thing, accessible and inclusive spaces. Because LGBTQ spaces, I find, are the least accessible in a literal, there are stairs type of way.
Yeah.
Which I get because obviously it's not always been okay to be open about being gay. So gay clubs started in like back alleys and upstairs in a pub. But nowadays, guys,
come on now,
you can move down to street level and you can put in a ramp. You have no excuse now.
I agree with that as well. I think it's a bit like how we're out online about being gay and feminine, that it helps visibility, and it's just the same as disability, isn't it? So I think the more people feel comfortable enough to be online about themselves, and that really helps, because there is actually a lot of people out there, isn't there? I haven't found any others that are gay and disabled, but I found a lot of feminine lesbians and a lot of gay people, and I'm like, ooh, nice. But I think combining will be really cool to see more.
Yeah, I think we just need to make sure that if we have a panel of gay people, it's an LGBTQ plus panel discussing whatever topic, there's no harm in making sure that, you know, you've got someone on there who maybe can say what it's like to be disabled as well, since 1/3 of the community are. We'll make a part 2.
Yeah, we'll come back
all the questions we did answer but didn't get on camera.
Oh, well, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, it's been joining you. My house.
So thank you for having me in your house as well.
You're very welcome.
Just
it's been so
invited
lovely to
myself.
meet you. Oh. Thank you to Megan, who is absolutely amazing, for sending over that footage, and I'm so grateful. Oh my god. And I'm so sorry about what happened with the stuff that we filmed. And thank you again to Megan for driving all the way to my house and letting me put makeup on her. I didn't even go anywhere, but hopefully she will be willing to come down again and I will do it all over again for her. Make her look fabulous. Not that she doesn't already, she's a beautiful lady. Remember to go off to Wegan's channel and watch the first part of this conversation if you haven't already, and subscribe to them because they are absolutely lovely, and I fangirled. I fangirled hard. And also, if you are new here, then hello, come subscribe for more disabled and gay stuff. And puppies. Who doesn't love that? I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I will see you next time. Mwah. Today I am also designing my new website. Squarespace thankfully has beautiful templates and is an all-in-one platform, which is excellent because I don't know anything about installing, patching or upgrading, and now I don't have to. Most importantly for me, Squarespace provides customer support via chat and email, so yay, it is deaf friendly. If you want to try it for yourself, you can start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter code Out of the Closet to get 10% off your first purchase. Think it, dream it, make it with Squarespace.